Hi folks, Greg Marchand here with the TechNet Sales Academy, and a quick reminder as to what your August-September national promotion through TechNet Professional is. And not only are we going to talk about what that promotion is real quickly, but I'm going to talk to you about how you can utilize that promotion to grow your business. I don't want you to think of these quick videos as sales pitches. They're not. Does Advance want to sell more brake pads? Of course they do. But look, you know what? I make my living helping you. Advance makes their living helping you. So see this as, okay, how can I have a third-party promoter, Advance, help me with my marketing and my advertising? You see, these national promotions are useful tools that you can build your business around, that you can grow your business. They affect other aspects of your business, and I want to help you pull all these pieces together so that you don't just see this as, oh, just something else I've got to do. No, it needs to become part of your regular marketing and advertising program. My clients come to me all the time and say, Greg, what should I be doing for advertising? Well, hey, you know what? You should be taking these national promotions that customers will become more aware of because there's national advertising around. There's other third-party advertising here, and there's cash back here that's not out of your pocket. Take these promotions and capitalize on them. All right, they're halfway done for you already. What's the program for August and September? It's a $20 prepaid Visa card back to the customer per axle, so they can get $20 back for the front axle if they purchase CarQuest Wherever Platinum Professional brake pads. They can get $20 back on the rear axle with the purchase of CarQuest Wherever Platinum Professional brake pads. And here's the great news. If they are a Synchrony Car Care customer, they can receive another $60 cash back for a total of $100 cash back. Now, you don't have to pay for that. That's not out of your pocket. This is a cashback program you can offer your customer. Now, some of you are thinking, yeah, what's $100? My customers don't care about $100. You know what? You're wrong. They do. Because $100 on a prepaid Visa card, look, that's part of a dinner out. It helps with Christmas. It helps with having to buy a birthday present. Maybe it helps just with a car repair. Okay, so don't underestimate the value of $100 cash back to your customer. Use this program. Now, how would you use the program? I'll tell you right now what I would do if I were you. I would create a free brake inspection program. Easy, easy, easy. I know you hate free. I get it. Calm down for a second and just listen. Customers love free, right? Now, you love free because you go to the grocery store and the guy's standing there with the crackers and the dip and passing those out. You're taking some of that, aren't you? You love free, your customers love free. But here's how you use free to your advantage as a TechNet Professional repair shop. You advertise a free brake inspection. You put it in your print ads. You put it on your website. You put promotional material in your waiting room. You use the promotional material that TechNet sent you about the brake promotion. You let people know that you're the home of the free brake inspection. Now, when they come in and they ask about the free brake inspection, or you can offer up a free brake inspection should the opportunity present, that's your door into the paid part. Okay? All your free brake inspection is this. And you're going to use this. You're going to create your form, either electronically or paper, whatever you're using. Your free brake inspection is a visual inspection. All right, it's just a visual inspection. We're going to put eyes on the car. We're going to see the best we can see without pulling the wheels off of it, and maybe we do a dip strip in the brake fluid reservoir. All right, but it gives us enough information that we then go back to the customer and we can sell them the full paid brake inspection. The full paid brake inspection is whatever you charge for it, $49.95, $89.95, whatever it may be. So the free portion just gets our eyes on the automobile. The paid portion is because, you know what, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, we see something that we think warrants further inspection. So for us to do the further inspection, we need to remove the wheels, remove the calipers, remove the rear drums if that's the case. Let's hope not. And take some measurements. We'll get you some photos of what's going on and do a more thorough inspection. It's going to cost you $89.95. Can we go ahead and do that? Okay, so we move from free brake inspection into a paid brake inspection. Now, the paid brake inspection is a full-on brake inspection. All right, so use your regular brake inspection form for that. Now, once the technician is finished with a full-on brake inspection and you build the estimate, now you've got a selling tool if you combine this TechNet Professional National Wherever brake pad promotion for August and September. Now you can go back to the customer and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I've got good news. Our technician has completed the full brake inspection. They've identified what the concern is, and we know exactly what we need to do to get your car safe on the highway again. Here's what we need. Here's what we're recommending. And the good news is today, this month only, I can offer you $20 cash back on the front axle and the rear axle. Oh, and by the way, if you're a Synchrony Car Care customer, I can offer you another $60 cash back. So that's a total of $100 off this estimate. If you want to go ahead with these CarQuest Wherever Platinum Professional brake pads and you're a Synchrony Car Care customer. And by the way, that paid inspection, if you agree to do the work with us today, then I will take that $89.95 off your bill as well. So that's a total of almost $200 off of this estimate if you'd like us to go ahead and get started on this work. Well, boom, who's going to say no to that? Oh, and by the way, we have a 24-month, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty that we'll offer you with this free of charge just for having the work done with us today. Whoa, oh, and the roadside assistance program? Folks, nobody's going to say no to this. So take this promotion, combine it with the warranty, combine it with the roadside assistance, combine it with the high level of customer service you already have, and think about how you're going to better sell. Now, what you've got to do is you've got to make sure that your counter staff understands what the promotion is, understands what the promotional material is, how they can combine it, that it's $20 per axle and then the $60 for the Synchrony Car Care customers. All right, make sure they understand the nationwide warranty, but create a free brake inspection program that leads to the paid brake inspection that leads to a sale in combination with this cashback promotion. You see how this can help grow your business? It's a tremendous program. Now, in terms of getting the money, customers can apply online or they can apply via mail. They go to the TechNetProfessional.com website, go to the promotions tab, fill out the claim form, submit the claim, and then upload the documents that they want. They're going to want to see at the very least a copy of the invoice, right? And they're going to do the same thing if they want to mail this in. They fill the form out on TechNetProfessional.com. And listen, you know what I do? While I'm standing there at the counter with the customer, I take them right online, right there at the counter. I help them fill that out. I help them upload that document. I just provided a higher level of customer service. I guaranteed they're going to get their money in 6 to 8 weeks. And they went, how easy was that? They're going to love you for it. So help them get the money as well as help them save the money. If you need more information, a couple things you can do. Go to TechNetProfessional.com, check out the national promotion calendar. So not only can you see what this one is, but you can see anything additional and anything that's upcoming so that you can plan your advertising and marketing around it. Here's the other thing I want you to do. I want you to go to the Service Sales Academy app, and I want you to go to the sales training link on that app. And on May 23rd, we did a program on selling brakes and brake components. Go check out that video. Get your people dialed into selling brakes and brake components so that you can take full advantage of this promotion. All right, and then don't forget to use the TechNet website to show your customers how they can claim their money, show them what the national warranty looks like, show them how they can go check it out themselves so that they can better understand it. It'll help you as well as help them. All right, beginning today, you've got 2 months. And if you're watching this in August, you've got less than 2 months to utilize this program. I want you to see the program as part of your advertising and learn to take these promotions and build your programs around it. The beauty is the promotion may change, but the logistics around using these programs are going to become second nature to you, and your program will get better and better and better. Get your inspections in place. Learn your sales tools, check out that video, May 23rd, use the Service Sales Academy app, and use this promotion to sell brake jobs and grow your business, folks. Okay? Promotions tab on the website, check it out, TechNetProfessional.com, promotions, go there, show your customers how they can get their money, help them fill it out, and use these promotions. All right? Thanks for watching, folks. Keep up the great work. Hi folks, Greg Marchand here. Welcome to another episode of the Virtual Instructor-Led Training Program brought to you by the TechNet Sales Academy. In this episode, we're talking to the technician. We're going to talk about conducting the courtesy inspection for what does the technician go through? How should the technician do it? Traditionally, the courtesy inspection has been the domain of the technician. And it's created some challenges in the past, mostly because technicians don't always understand the why. You know, the courtesy inspection is a business tool. It's a sales tool. It's a report card for the customer. It's a great customer relationship building tool, but to a technician, that's not what I do. That's a piece of paper that I got to fill out, and I'm really not interested in that. I kind of sort of just want to work on the car. So they don't always understand the why. And sometimes for them, it's just one more thing to do. And really, that's not what it is. And then there's the consistency piece, right? Because consistency with courtesy inspections is so important. And we talk about, in all the service advisor classes, we talk about the fact that if the customer gets used to seeing the courtesy inspection every single time they come in, then they feel like it's a report card. And if they get presented the courtesy inspection when everything is awesome, they look at it and they go, wow, I'm doing a great job taking care of my car. And as soon as something is not so awesome, they look at it and go, whoa, I want it to be awesome. And so they'll spend the money to get everything green again. But if they only see it when there's an $1,800 to-do list on it, then they see it as a hammer that somebody's going to hit them over the head with. They see it as, oh yeah, I know why you guys do that. You guys do that because you want to take a pile of money out of my pocket. And that's not what we want to do. So consistency is really, really important. That's why we ask technicians to do this every single visit on every single automobile. I don't care if you just did one last week. We want the customer to get used to it. It's a communication tool, and it's a really, really important selling tool. And look, if you're a new hire technician, maybe you don't know these things. Maybe you don't even know how to perform one. Maybe new hires do need training. And look, you know what? I think we all need training. At least once a year, we should go through the courtesy inspection all together and talk about how we do it and talk about what best practices are. The courtesy inspection is a communication and a trust building tool. Therefore, consistency is really, really important. It serves to create more customer visits every year. And in a day and age when we're lucky to have a customer come in twice a year, maybe 3 times, but more often once or twice, it's really important to create more customer visits. And this is where the technician makes money. That's my bottom line, is the courtesy inspection helps the technician make money. And if the technician is making money, the shop is making money. So it makes it really, really important to do these courtesy inspections. Don't hate me for saying this. Should technicians get paid? Don't hate me for saying this. Should technicians get paid? No, they shouldn't. If the courtesy inspection is done well and it's done consistently, you'll get paid. The technician will get paid. And here's where I come from with that. I've seen technicians get paid. I was a technician that got paid. And there was no more incentive for me or these others to complete these courtesy inspections if they're paid. Sometimes there's even less incentive. Because, hey, you know what, I'm getting paid a half hour for it. I just bang this thing right out, and if I do it in 1/10, then hey, I just made 4/10 for no effort. Really, the incentive is, let's do it well, let's do it thoroughly, let's make the tool work, and I'm going to have more work. Now, some shops will say to me, look, you know what, Greg, I do pay my technicians to do the courtesy inspections because I ask them to rotate the tires, to vacuum the car, to do all these other things. So some shop owners, some shop managers will be able to justify to me paying a technician to do a courtesy inspection, but generally, no. Technicians don't need to get paid to do courtesy inspections. It's how they're going to make their money anyway. And there's no more incentive if you do pay them. My opinion, take it for what it's worth. You've got to create consistency though, whether you pay them or not. There's got to be consistency, because that's how that's the real benefit of these inspections. If we get consistency, if we create consistency, they'll work really well for us. You may have to train on expectations and process. Look, the inspection has to be easy to complete, or technicians aren't going to want to do it, right? And so if it's not easy and you're a technician watching this, then talk to somebody about it. Why isn't it easy? Because the expectation is that you do it every time. And if you're a technician that does it every time, then remind the other technicians to do it every time. Take the initiative to make sure that everybody understands the process, that everybody understands the expectations. Communicate regarding the process. Because if there's no communication, the process falls apart and then there is no consistency. Every car, every time. Every car, every time will make this work. Now, real quick, electronic versus paper. Look, I personally don't care which one you use. Electronic inspections have significant advantages today. In other programs for service advisors, we talk about those advantages. We talk about how it has changed service process. But hey, I don't care if you start with paper. Some shops aren't even doing courtesy inspection. Yeah, I know, some aren't. Start with paper. Start with paper. And then begin the process of going electronic. Electronic is awesome. It changes service process. There's a wow factor for customers. There's an ease factor for technicians. Encourage electronic inspections. But look, start with paper and get consistent with paper until you can get the electronic thing in place. Every technician may have an individual process that will vary a little bit. So I may not do the inspection process the same way as you do. That's okay to a certain extent. But we want everybody to talk about best practices. How do we do it efficiently? Especially if you're not getting paid for it, you've got to be efficient. It's your time. You've got to be able to find everything wrong with that automobile within reason, do it quickly, and be able to make notes. I want the shop to meet yearly. Not just technicians. I know it says techs, but not just technicians. I want the shop to meet yearly to discuss best practices. And if you want to meet quarterly, that's even better. But consistent process using best practices saves time, it saves effort, and it results in more and better inspections. So talk about the inspection process. Talk about how everybody does it. And how do we do it the quickest, the most quickly. How do we do it quickly and efficiently so that we can get it done in a short amount of time and get it done well in that amount of time? Here's my suggested process. Starts with a walk around. You're going out to get the car. You do your walk around. Don't do it in your bay. Do it when you go out to get the car. You have the in the car part. You have the test drive part. In the bay part. And then you're writing up the notes. Let's look at these real quick. Courtesy inspection process begins with that walk around. You're walking out to the car. As you approach the car, do your walk around. If you're approaching, if it's backed in, and I'm going to assume that it's backed in. I know, never assume, right? But that's just the perspective I'm training from right now. You walk up to the car, front or rear, I don't care. You see the front, you start making visual observations. Headlights are cloudy. Recommend headlight restoration. Looking at wheels and tires as I'm walking around. Excessive brake dust. Tread worn out. Dents, dings, scratches, things I want to take pictures of. Condition of lights. Lights aren't on. We're not doing a light check right now, but just condition of lights. Condition of body panels. Condition of windshield wipers. If you walk around clockwise, you're at the driver's door, the walk around is done. It might have taken you 60 seconds if you had to make notes, but you're just going to observe overall condition. You may also observe, how's it getting used? Is it getting beat on? It looked like somebody was off-roading with that Corolla? Make these observations. Over time, it becomes second nature. Train your eyes and your brain to notice these things. And it will. It'll take less than a minute, even if you do see something. Now, once you get in the car, especially if you're using electronic inspections, take a picture of the dash light, seatbelt connected, engine running. Believe it or not, it can save a ton of time and heartache later on if the car comes back with a light on and the customer says, I wasn't on before you did the oil change, and you go, it wasn't on when I was working on it. Well, now you got a picture to prove that it wasn't. You sit in the seat, seatbelt connected, take that picture, engine's running. Observe the glass real quick, check the mirrors, check any warning lights on the dash, turn on the heat, see if it's blowing hot, turn on air conditioning, see if it's blowing cold. Look, if you want to stick a thermometer, a pocket thermometer in the vent to get a vent temp, you can do that. That's fine because you're going on a test drive next anyway. So you can get those temperatures if you want to do it. As a tech, I used to do it. It was something that I thought, you know what, it takes me no time. I'm going to do this. Do I encourage others to do it? I do. Do I make anybody do it? No, I don't. It's just one more good thing to do. If you're in a really hot area, if you're watching this and you're working in Arizona, look, don't worry about heat, right? Just grab a vent temp for air conditioning. You never know what you're going to find. Make visual observations, condition the seat belts. Are there accessories installed? Could that be related to what I'm about to do today? But just make visual observations. As you pull it in, check the horn, honk the horn, have somebody walk around and check the lights, or you know, if you're in front of a window, or some shops have mirrors, do the light checks. What's the brake pedal feel like? We're maybe 2 minutes into this, 120 seconds into your walk around in your in-car checks. So 120 seconds into the courtesy inspection. This step, the test drive, we can probably debate this. Perfect world scenario, you have a place to do a short test drive. And when I say short, I mean short. I mean, I'm talking 1 minute. I'm talking 2 minutes at the most. A short test drive. Can you just drive around the shop? Some of you can do that. Some of you are on a road that you can do a real quick cul-de-sac type test drive and it takes no time. Some of you are in an industrial park where you could do the same thing. Some of you can just drive the length of the parking lot and back. Just a short test drive to observe the brakes, observe any noises over bumps, observe how it handles. Maybe you can't get up to 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. But can you do some type of test drive where you can check engine running condition? Or you know, whatever the case may be. The test drive is really useful because it gives you a chance to find things that the customer may not have noticed. So if you can do a 2 minute test drive now we're 4 or 5 minutes into the courtesy inspection. It hasn't taken us a ton of time, but we've got some really good data. We've probably got some good notes by now, or some good observations. Now we pull it into our bay, and I know I live in the perfect world. I get it, okay? I understand. So my numbers may be a little bit off. Totally understand. Once you pull it into the bay, you're going to open the hood. Make your visual observations, pop the air cleaner, check the fluids, oil, brake, coolant, washer, power steering, whatever may be under there now. And I know there's fewer and fewer things under there now, but make your visual observations, check those fluids. Maybe you're using a test strip in a brake fluid reservoir still. All right, inspect the belts if you can see them. If you can do a quick tension with a belt tension tool, that's great. Most of you aren't going to do that, I understand. But at least put eyes on the belts, put eyes and hands on the hoses. Inspect the battery, test the battery. The new battery testers say you're all using it. You know why? You know why those battery tests are so effective with customers? I know you all don't trust them. From a technical standpoint, they work really, really well. But from a real world standpoint, I understand that there's some challenges. I get it. But you know why they work well for customers? Customers love seeing a piece of paper. Because if a computer prints out a piece of paper, it must be true. That's why the alignment reports work so well with selling. That's why these battery testers that can print out a piece of paper work so well in selling batteries. Customers love the piece of paper. It's not a human lying to them. It's a computer telling them the truth. Test the battery. Make notes and prepare for the service work. All right, so you've done your walk around, 60 seconds, your in-car, 60 seconds, your test drive, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Now we're 5 minutes in, you pull it in the bay, you open the hood, you do your visuals. That's another minute, maybe 2 if you're making notes. Now we're 6, 7 minutes into the process. We're gonna put the car up in the air, we're gonna begin our service work. Once the vehicle's lifted, start your service work. But as you do your service work, you're going to visually inspect the exhaust. You're going to inspect the brakes, any fluid leaks, CV boots, axles, belts, whatever you can see under there. You're going to take pictures of, and you're going to put your eyes on. Check tire pressures and check tread depth and make notes. Numbers are great. Numbers help service advisors sell. Numbers seem to be real to customers, even though they don't know what it means. I understand. Tie rod play, wheel bearing play, other steering component play, condition of struts and shocks, all right, hoses, anything you can see under there. Make notes. Notes are needed, notes are necessary, make sure they're short. We don't need a book. A book's going to take you too long to write. You don't want to write a book anyway. It's going to take too long to translate. It's going to take too long to talk to the customer about. Short, succinct notes. Use the 3 C's, complaint, cause, correction. It'll improve communication between you and your service advisor, but make sure those notes are short and use common language. Some of your service advisors aren't well versed in technical language. Customers certainly are not well versed in it. Use common language, keep your notes short, but make sure that they are inclusive. I'd rather you too many notes than not enough notes. Just keep the notes short. All right. Now, in terms of timing of all this, and I didn't put this in the presentation, but in terms of timing, you know, perfect world, this is all, we're about 15 minutes into the process. By the time you do your walk around, 1 minute, you do your in-car, another minute, you do your road test, 2 or 3, let's say that's 5, you pull it in the bay, you open the hood, you do your visuals, there's another 2 minutes, that's 7. Now you're going to put it up in the air, that takes a little more time, and you're going to start your service work. But really, we're 10, 15 minutes into this now. With your notes, get it back to the service advisor. Don't get the job done and then get it back to the service advisor, unless there's some extenuating circumstance, which I know, this is perfect world again. But a majority of the time, try to get this done and back to the service advisor before that service work is finished. Because they need to build an estimate now, and they need to contact the customer. And you want them to contact the customer and sell the work before that car leaves the bay, don't you? Well, that's up to you. If you get this done well, fast, efficiently, and get it back to the service advisor, you give them a chance to sell that work before your regular service work is done and that car leaves your bay. So that'll save you time, make you more productive and you more efficient. So think about that, okay? The 3 C's, again, real quick, complaint, cause, correction. You're probably used to these. If you have dealership experience, you're very used to these. Talk in this language to your service advisor so they can talk to the customer in this language. The complaint is what the vehicle came in for and or what the customer may notice. So if you find something on the test drive and you go, holy cow, those brakes are metal to metal, you can say to the service advisor, listen, the customer may have noticed that grinding noise, that sand in the brakes noise when they step on the brakes. That's the complaint. Because they went metal on metal. So we need to replace pads and rotors. All right, and we may need a caliper here because the caliper could be part of the correction as well. Could be part of the cause. So talk to the service advisors in complaint, cause, correction. Help them prioritize what's really important. They don't know what you know all the time, many times, right? Help them prioritize. Even if it's red, does that mean it has to be done now or can it wait until next week? Because when it comes to selling that work, I know you and I look at that and go, hey, we gotta have that done now, man, that thing's bad. But the reality is the customer may not be able to do that because of timing, because of budget, because of whatever reason. And so help the service advisor prioritize what work needs to be done today and what work can be put off a day or two, a week, a month, 6 months, okay? So help them with priority. Help them understand how the customer might prioritize it if they don't have enough money. After a while, it'll become second nature, but as a technician, make sure you help them with this. Be consistent. Every car, every time. Have a process. Talk about the process. It'll improve your efficiency. The more efficient you are, the quicker you get the courtesy inspection back to the service advisor, and the quicker they can sell the work before the car leaves your bay. It's best case for everybody. If you can test drive, make it quick. If you can take pictures, take pictures. They help so much in the selling process. They help the service advisor understand what you're talking about. They cover your rear end if there's damage on the car or lights on or not on, whatever the case may be. And it really, really helps the customer understand what we're trying to sell to them. And then don't forget to use the 3 C's to communicate. All right, folks, thanks for watching. Keep up the great work and never stop learning.